Hello YouTube, this is Drugoli from That's an Endeavor, and I'm bringing my first Crysis 2 retail commentary, and I'm playing Team Instant Action on what I believe is Down Bird, but I'm not quite sure of the name. My class setup is the Feline, the first SMG that you unlock. It's a pretty good weapon, and I'm using Weapon Pro, which makes you reload faster, Proximity Alarm, which gives you a little notification thingy down at your minimap. You might be able to notice some red bars or something down at my minimap in the down left corner, and that's the proximity alarm. Just tells me that there's an enemy nearby. And also have blind spot, which makes me invisible to the maximum radars, or the radars used by the other team. But this is my impressions or my thoughts on Crysis 2 and what I think about the game so far. It's been out for a few weeks, and I didn't make a first impressions video because I didn't want it to be like the Black Ops first impressions videos I did, because there I said that the game was awesome, was some of the like the best game that I've played, and now I don't play the game that much anymore. I haven't touched it in about a month, so I don't want that to be the same thing with Crysis 2. I want an honest opinion, and that means that I release the video or make the video a few weeks after the game's been released. But first I want to talk a bit about the single player. It was a bit short, and I was a bit disappointed about that. I played Crysis 1, and I think you might have heard this in some other commentaries. The Crysis 1 single player I think is amazing, because it's both a long, good single player and has a pretty good amount of variety, because you both fight some normal, like, Korean soldiers, I believe, and you also fight these giant alien monsters and ships, and you even go inside their mothership for some time and like float around in zero gravity. I was expecting to see something like that in Crysis 2, but sadly I didn't see that much. It was basically walking around killing either the Seth or the alien race in Crysis 2, or you were just fighting some of the small, like, the army, I guess. I didn't remember what they're actually called in the game, but it didn't have that much variety as I think the first one did, but it's still a very good single player. And as I said, I was a bit disappointed that it was so short, because the first one was long, and I spent 3 days or something completing the first single player, but the Crysis 2 single player completed that at about 1 day, but it was a good day. It was a day well spent, I think. I had a lot of fun completing the single player. And in Crysis 1, it had a very, very good ending. The ending was that you fought this giant motherfucking alien ship, whatever. It was ginormous. It was like the size of World Trade Center or something times 3. It was pretty enormous, and you had to fight this with your nanosuit and also with a experimental rocket launcher thingy. I think it's actually in Crysis 2. It's called the TAC or something. It was a very, very cool ending to a good single player in Crysis 1. And Crysis 2's single player was a bit more... It didn't have that kind of epicness that the first one had, because as I said, you don't fight these big alien things in Crysis 2. You fight smaller aliens. You do fight some bigger, like, alien machines, but they're not as big as they were in Crysis 1, and I think if you have played Crysis 1, I think you might know what I'm talking about. But the Crysis 2 single player was still good, and it was much more focused around the nanosuit. I mean, in Crysis 1, the nanosuit was just a tool you had. It wasn't that focused on it. It was more focused on the aliens and the invasion thing. But in Crysis 2, it seems like they're much more focused on the nanosuit, because it plays a very, very big role in the story, that you have to use the nanosuit to, like, stop the alien invasion, also some kind of disease that's been evolving in New York, where the story takes place, if you don't know. But that's what I think about the single player. So let's move on to the multiplayer. The multiplayer is very good, and the sad thing is it has a few problems, and some of them has been fixed now, but some of them are still there, and they're very annoying. Like, when first I tried to play the game, I couldn't play the multiplayer immediately, because you had to put in your CD key, which if you're a console player, it's like a little key or something you use so to verify that you've actually bought the game. I don't know how that works on the consoles, but you had to put that in both when you were installing the game on your computer, but also when you wanted to play multiplayer. So I put in the CD key just fine both times, and when I tried to join a multiplayer match, it wouldn't let me join because it said that it tried to connect to the server, but then a few seconds after it would just say that the CD key was already in use. And that made no sense to me, so I started looking around on forums, and for about an hour I just searched on forums and tried some small things. And in the end, I found a post that said you need to restart your computer and stuff like that, so I did, and after some time I finally got the multiplayer working and I got playing. But then, when that problem was fixed or solved, of course another problem came up, and that was that it didn't save my progress in the Crysis 2 multiplayer. I don't know if it's because there are two types of servers in Modern Warfare, no, not Modern Warfare, Crysis 2. And there are ranked servers and unranked servers. I'm not quite sure about the difference actually, but I think ranked servers are like more official servers, like I think it's also in the Black Ops PC version in the multiplayer. You also have ranked and unranked servers, and I believe unranked servers are custom games. But the thing is, when you play on an unranked server, it doesn't save your information. It doesn't save like challenges you complete with your weapon. Like for example, you have to get a specific amount of kills with a weapon to get a attachment unlock, which makes you able to unlock an attachment of your choice for that weapon. But in order to do that, you need to get, for example, 20 kills, like the first challenge you have to complete. But you can't do that in an unranked server because it seems like it doesn't save how many kills that you've gotten. I remember playing on like 10 matches or something on a unranked server, and I have gotten at least 20 kills with one of the weapons, but no attachment unlocks. And it's very annoying that they have to do that. And some other thing that it didn't save either was getting leveled up. Like for example, in I think the first week or something after it came out, I got to level 10 5 times because it wouldn't save that I was at level 10. So I would get level 10 in a game, I would exit it when the game ended, I would go and customize my class and need a little more time for that, so that's why I quit the game. And when I got out and had changed my class, I joined in a new match, but then I was suddenly level 9 again. It was like it didn't save it, and it was very annoying, and I had still have that problem sometime later, but it seems like that has mostly been fixed. But sometimes it still doesn't save any of your information, and it's just very annoying. But I hope they get these problems fixed, because else it is a very good multiplayer, and I still enjoy it. But I need to end the video here. I don't have that much time, so go in the video description. You'll find a link to another video I posted a few days ago, and it's a Minecraft commentary where I talk about doing an open lobby. So go to that video, go to the end, you'll know everything you need to know about the open lobby, and comment down below if you have anything to say. Rate, hopefully, a thumbs up. Also remember to follow me on Twitter, join my Steam group, and take care.